Hey guys, I found this DOS emulator called DOSBox, and what it lets you do is play pretty much any of the old DOS games in Windows, but it basically figures out all the sound for you and emulates like a Sound Blaster 16. And that was the biggest problem with some of these old DOS games, trying to get them to run in Windows, is you can find legacy Sound Blaster drivers and trying to get them to work. Getting the sound and the music to work can be the hardest part. But my other problem was trying to record it. Fraps won't record. I can use Fraps to record most of my emulators, and I can use Fraps to record basically any direct 3D game. And but Fraps isn't going to record a DOS game. So I had to find some way to record the screen while playing a DOS game, and that was proving to be really hard. But with this DOSBox DOS emulator, it's actually got the option to record to AVI what you're playing. So it figured out solved two problems for me. It doesn't run all games perfectly, so this game does not run perfectly. The sound's going to be a little bit choppy at times, and it may run a little slower, especially while recording. But it definitely does the job. So I'm going to start it off with this game. This is a game called Normality, and the reason I'm going to start with this game is a game that probably no one's ever heard of. I only heard of it recently, and me and my buddy were playing through it one night, and it's a pretty sweet game. The engine kind of reminds me of Duke Nukem 3D as far as the graphics go. There's lots of sprites and lots of animated sprites, and it's like a pseudo 3D engine. But it's a point-and-click adventure game. So we've got a point-and-click adventure game where you go around, talking to characters and picking up items. But it's in a 3D engine, so it's a first-person point-and-click adventure game, which is kind of unique. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before, but it's a really cool game. This game came out in June of 1996, and it was published by Interplay. Developed by Gremlin Interactive. Like I said, you've probably never heard of this game before. You've probably never seen this game before, but here it is.
So here we go, copyright 1996. Gremlin Interactive. It's actually running smoother now in the video than it was while I was doing it and recording, so that's cool. It's actually going to be a smooth, I think. Yeah, this video was really choppy when I was actually playing it while recording, but the recording itself is smooth, so that's cool. Now you start off in your apartment, where you're pretty much confined to. So first thing you want to do is basically figure out how to get out of the apartment without getting caught. As you can see, the graphics are pretty good for like a DOS 3D engine, software based engine. There's lots of cutscenes and
soon have this sucker out.
Lots of voice acting. Not that it's the greatest or anything, but the game's kind of hard because a lot of the puzzles, I don't know, they don't make perfect sense some of the time. So you just kind of end up trying like as many different things as you can try.
Look at that bald patch. I'm sure the scissors were never that big.
The interface, how you pick up stuff and use stuff and look at stuff and interact with stuff, it's like he pulls up a voodoo doll of himself there, and you've got like his hand to use stuff for. That reminds me a lot of the later LucasArts games, like
no way! They put concrete inside
Full
these
Throttle
things to stop
had
them
very similar kind of interface where you'd left click the mouse button and a kind of picture of your character would come up, and the eyes were look at and the mouth was talked to and the hand was used.
But if it pecks
Very
me,
similar
it's
to that.
history. No way! They're probably alive with creepy crawlies.
But yeah, eventually you figure out that if your TV's not on, he'll know you're not in the apartment,
I don't want
and
this
you'll get
scaly
busted.
old
So
thing.
your TV keeps turning itself off.
This must come in handy.
And from what I can remember, you're supposed to...
It just doesn't want to open. I could only get the door open by smashing it. Something hard and tasteless should do it.
So here's your inventory, and you pick the shark poon, whatever the hell that is, and it breaks the glass.
Yeah,
Now you
this
can
is
get the
heavy
rat
enough to
out.
smash the glass.
Another little cutscene. With some primitive pre-rendered graphics there. The rat looks kind of funny.
Hey, you in there! Listen to that TV!
See, there he is. He says if you're not listening to your TV... So we have to turn the TV on.
Useless thing. Get back on before that Norm
There's
outside
something wrong with it.
complains.
Like I was saying, there's something wrong with the TV, and it keeps turning off if you don't keep using it, like changing channels. And
I don't
so there's
feel
the
tired
TV
right
remote,
now.
and I
Okay,
remember
it's important to be comfy wherever
you had
you
to
go.
do something with the TV
I think
remote
this would
to
be
get
more
the
useful in the next few
TV
minutes.
to stay on. I seem to remember putting the TV remote on the
already
floor, and then the that bird that dips down for the water, you put that on top of it, and it keeps like pressing the button to change the channel, and then the TV doesn't turn off. But he doesn't want to seem to put the remote down on the floor.
It's already on.
I don't know if there's a way to just drop an item, because you can't use it on floor. If there's something that you're supposed to press to just drop an
already
item,
on.
I'm not sure. So this is the window. We can't go out the front
It's
door.
stiff, but I can manage it.
Eventually we can go out the window, but not until we have the TV thing figured out.
I can't get it to shift without the keys, and I don't think I'll be seeing those for about a week. Whoever made this Hubble thought very seriously about home security. Oh, too loud! I'm gonna build deluge for my speakers if I ever see them. Great song though. Arnie, Arnie, diddy, Arnie. Well, my car's got no wheels, but I'm still running.
But anyways, like I said, it's a pretty hard game because a lot of the puzzles they're not obvious
folks downstairs
like they
are being a
are in
little
some of the other
quiet at
kind
the
of
moment.
adventure
It
games of
sounds
this
like
era.
That would be silly. I can't
But it's a pretty
do
cool
that.
game, and I definitely say it's
doesn't
worth
work.
checking out. You know, like I said, it's
I'd better not. My attention
you know,
span
once you
for
get into the
activity is
storyline, it gets a
fragile
little
enough
better, and you
without
go to
tempting
different
fate by
locations
sitting.
once you get out of your apartment. There's lots of variety in the locations, and you know, it's a pretty neat game to play, and definitely one that most people haven't seen. You know, later DOS game. I guess by the time
That
this
won't
came
work.
out, Windows games are starting to take over, but yeah, check it out.
TV!
Nice design. Robust.